Chapter 31. The Vow of Rukmini. Sutta Goswami said, Thereafter, Parashuram, with a desire to please Lord Kalki, began to describe the Rukmini Vrat for the satisfaction of Rama. By executing this pious vow, the chaste Rama became very satisfied, having received an ever-youthful form that indicated her good fortune, as well as the fulfillment of her ardent desire to have a good son. Sanukha Rishi said, O Sutta, what are the rules and regulations prescribed for the execution of the Rukmini Vrat? What is the actual benefit of observing this vow? Who was the person that initially observed this great vow? Please describe all this to me. Sutta Goswami said, O Brahmana, I will reply to all that you have inquired about, and so please listen attentively. One day, while Sharmishta, the daughter of Vrisaparva, the king of the demons, was bathing in a lake, she suddenly saw Lord Mahadev passing by. Sharmishta was with Devayani and her companions, playing in the water, and when she saw Lord Mahadev, she came out of the water to get dressed, out of respect. Devayani, the daughter of Shukracharya, the spiritual master of the demons, had kept her clothes in the same place as Sharmishta. By mistake, Sharmishta put on Devyani's clothes, and when she saw this, Devyani became very angry and said, You beggar! Return my clothes at once. Sharmishta, the daughter of the king of demons, was surrounded by her friends and maidservants, and when she heard this, she also became very angry. After tying Devyani's hands and legs, she threw her into a well and returned home. Devayani loudly cried for help inside the well, and by the will of Providence, the king of Nahusha, King Yayati, came there at that time to drink some water. The king pulled Devayani out of the well and inquired, O girl with the beautiful face, who are you? Shukracharya's daughter quickly dressed while narrating to the king the story of her fight with Sharmishta. King Yayati understood the actual intention of Devayani, and he also desired to accept her hand in marriage. While giving her assurances, he followed her for some distance and then returned to his palace. When Devayani returned home, she informed her father of what Sharmishta had done to her. As soon as Shukracharya heard about what had happened, he became inflamed with rage. The king of the demons, Vrishaparva, tried his best to pacify his spiritual master, saying, O Lord, if I have behaved offensively, please punish me, and if my daughter has aroused your anger, then punish her as you wish. When the angry Devayani saw that the king of the demons had fallen at her father's feet, she intervened, saying, Let your daughter Sharmishta become my slave. The intelligent king very well understood that destiny is inconvertible, and so he summoned his daughter and gave her to Devayani as a maidservant. After doing so, he returned home. Thereafter, Shukracharya, although a Brahmin, invited King Yayati to accept the hand of his daughter, Devayani, in marriage. At that time, Sharmishta went with Devayani to reside with her husband, King Yayati. At the time of the marriage of Devayani and Yayati, Shukracharya, the spiritual master of the demons, gave this warning to the king regarding Sharmishta. If you invite the princess to your bed, then you will immediately be afflicted with old age. Being warned in this way by Shukracharya, the king meticulously avoided contact with Devayani's companion, the beautiful Princess Sharmishta, who became morose as a result of the unfortunate turn of events. One day, as Sharmishta was seated in a forest by the side of the Ganga, crying, she saw the great sage Vishvamitra surrounded by many beautiful women. The sage was seated in the midst of these beautiful ladies, who were all very nicely decorated with ornaments and sandalwood paste, instructing them in the procedure for observing a vow, which involved offerings of incense, a ghee lamp, and flower garlands. First, the sage painted a lotus flower having 8 petals, and then he decorated it by placing 4 banana trees at the 4 corners. This was done by the side of a golden altar inside a room that was decorated with silk cloth. The sage next installed a deity of Lord Vasudeva on that lotus and decorated him with jeweled ornaments. The procedure for worshipping the deity was that one should first bathe him with perfumed water, 5 products of the cow, and 5 other substances, while chanting the Purusha Suktam mantras as the Brahmanas recited Vedic hymns. The deity should then be placed on the beautifully decorated altar and adorned with the mark of a lotus. After worshipping the deity with either 16, 10, or 5 articles, one should pray as follows. My dear Lord, this cooling padya will remove your fatigue. Please cheerfully accept it. O beloved Lord of Rukmini, I made a great endeavor to make this argya with durva grass, sandalwood paste, and other fragrant substances. Please cheerfully accept it. O abode of Lakshmi, this water has been brought from numerous holy places of pilgrimage, and it is pure and very fragrant. It is our desire that you, along with Lakshmi, accept this achman. O Lord of the demigods, this garland was prepared with many fragrant flowers. It will certainly enhance the beauty of your chest, and so please accept it. My dear Lord Hari, although your transcendental position can never be covered, it is our desire that you and Lakshmi will accept these nicely woven garments made with purified thread. My dear Vasudeva, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, accompanied by your consorts, Rama and Rukmini. This sacred thread was prepared by Lord Brahma, and so kindly accept it. O Lord of Lords, it is our desire that you and your beloved Rukmini will accept this necklace of pearls, jewels, and gold. O Lord of Rukmini, please accept these offerings of yogurt, milk, sugar, rice, cakes, laddus, and milk sweets, and award me shelter at your lotus feet. O bestower of benedictions, may you and your dear Rukmini Devi accept this incense made with camphor and other perfumed substances. My dear Lord, you dispel the darkness of ignorance within the hearts of those devotees who are still attached to the material world. Please accept this ghee lamp and illuminate our vision of you. O lotus-eyed Lord, O Sham Sundar, who is dressed in yellow garments, O four-armed Lord, O Master of the demigods, O Lord Achyuta, I take shelter of you. May you and Rukmini please protect me. When the greatly distressed Sharmishta saw the powerful sage conducting this vow on behalf of many women, she went and offered her obeisances to him, and then spoke very sweetly with folded hands. Sharmishta said, "O goddesses, I am a most unfortunate princess, being bereft of a husband. Please deliver me by instructing me in the observance of this vow." After hearing this, the women felt compassion for Sharmishta, and so they invited her to join them in observing this vrat with the paraphernalia they had collected. It was by the execution of this vow that Sharmishta received her husband, so that she was blessed with good children and an ever-youthful body. While residing in the Ashoka Grove outside Lanka, Sita observed this vow along with Sharma, and as a result, she was reunited with her husband, Lord Ram, the destroyer of the dynasties of Rakshasas. By the mercy of Vrihadasva, Draupadi observed this vow, and was thus blessed to always remain with her husbands, to be freed from all miseries, and to possess an ever-youthful body. After hearing this narration, Goddess Rama, the consort of Lord Kalki, observed the vow on the Dvadashi of the fortnight of the waxing moon in the month of Vishaka for 4 years under the guidance of Parashuram. At the conclusion of the vow, she tied a silk thread around her wrist and fed innumerable Brahmins. With her husband, she ate nicely prepared havisyama and condensed milk, and thereafter enjoyed life in this world without any hindrance in the association of her relatives. In due course of time, Lord Kalki begot 2 sons named Meghamala and Balahak within the womb of Rama. These 2 sons were very dear to Lord Kalki. They were supremely fortunate, very powerful, and enthusiastic. They satisfied the demigods by performing many sacrifices. By observing this vow, women can become prosperous due to the fulfillment of all their desires, and they can acquire spiritual knowledge so that they will be respected by all classes of people. Because this vow also awards one devotional service at the lotus feet of Lord Hari, it enables one to achieve the ultimate goal of life, which is rarely attained even by elevated personalities. Thus ends the translation of the 31st chapter of Shri Kalki Puran. Shri Radha.